Coming up on Discover Oklahoma, where to pick your own peaches, a great place to get a steak, and going under the sea in our landlocked state. Hi, and welcome to Discover Oklahoma. I'm Jennifer Reynolds.
And I'm Dean O'Lawley. Today we're coming to you from one of my favorite places, Cattleman's Steakhouse in Oklahoma City, recently voted actually the best steaks and best lunch in Oklahoma City by News OK readers.
Not only are the steaks great here, but the salads, the dressing, we like it so much, Dino, and I could probably eat it out of a bowl with a spoon. And one of the things that makes it so good is that it is fresh. And if you like your food fresh, how about fruit right off the tree? We checked out one of the You Pick Your Own orchards right outside of town.
You can't buy these in the store.
I'll just finish that.
You get spoiled when you eat them out here. They're so good.
Michelle Hageman and her niece Jill Horning, who's home visiting from where she now lives in Colorado, drove to Harrah from near Moore with their kids to come and pick these juicy summer gems. It's an annual summer tradition for the Hageman family, which this year includes a fourth-generation peach picker, and a picky peach picker at that. You drive 40 minutes to pick a peach.
Absolutely. I don't buy peaches in a grocery store because I'm spoiled. And I've been coming here for probably 27 years. I used to live in Tulsa and would drive down from Tulsa for these peaches. Yeah.
Now that's devotion. In fact, the Hageman's fervor for the fresh peach borders on the fanatical.
It almost melts in your mouth. I mean, you bite into it and just the juice comes down. I don't ever wear white because it's always going down. But it's just, it's like heaven. It's just so soft and juicy in the flavor. It's, like I said, you can't get them in the grocery store.
Good. She also loves that it's local.
This is one thing that's not sent in from China or, another foreign country, and it's Oklahoma grown peaches, and they're just fantastic.
It's fun to gather with family, and I don't know, it's just to see all these kids working together, and as they've grown up picking peaches, and the peaches are just to die for. They're so delicious.
Do you like doing this, or is this just something that they drag you to that you really would rather not?
No, it's actually really fun because we wake up really early so it's not so hot, and then we have fun together picking them.
Taste and tradition seem to be the main motivations for people taking the time to pick their own fruit.
Oh, I just love the orchards and the peaches, and they're so beautiful to pick them off of the tree because I'm a farm girl.
You have so much more flavor when you pick them off the tree yourself and then get them in the store, because they have to pick them green to ship them, and here you can pick them ready to eat. They're delicious, a lot more flavor.
Is it hard to not be one to eat them as you're picking them?
Well, you got to check them, see if they're good enough to eat or not. They're good enough to pick.
These folks from Sooner Baptist Church in Midwest City are planning to share the harvest, call it Fruits of the Spirit.
We pick peaches every year and give them to our shut-ins in our church. Mm-hmm.
So those are people how do they react when you bring them?
Oh, they love, it's like gold to them.
And with nearly 50 varieties that ripen in stages from mid-June as late as Labor Day in good years, the gold rush at Windrift lasts all summer long. And if you want fresh peaches without the picking, that works too.
They drive in and don't want to go, then we'll go pick immediately. It takes about 20 minutes for a box, and they can use the patio here to rest and wait, and we'll have the peaches ready for them. So we feel like we're a full-service operation here.
You can find a list of orchards that let you pick everything from peaches to blueberries on our website, travelok.com.
Well, a stop at Cattleman's is a must for anyone visiting Oklahoma City.
It's also a great place to launch your trip out west.
And that's what we did recently with the Discover Oklahoma family. We loaded up some of the kids and we went west on Route 66, and our friends at Floyd's RV provided us with a sweet ride too.
What a great way to start day 2 of our trip in this sweet Class B motorhome from Floyd's RV than to awake to the beauty surrounding Foss State Park.
Somebody comes in the motorhome, they want something fun to do. We have lots of activities. We have our disc golf. We have hiking trails. We have the Sunset Beach, which is one of the nicest sandy beaches in the state of Oklahoma, in my opinion. There's swimming, there's boat rentals here. You can rent kayaks from private businesses also. You can fish. You can walk the shorelines, look for treasures.
Hiking trails are also available, and we did start the morning off with a quick walk with a beautiful, peaceful view of the lake. Next, we're throwing caution to the wind, or rather discs into the wind, with something called disc golf. It's been available in the park for a little over a year.
Disc golf is a growing activity in the state of Oklahoma. It's pretty popular back east. So we decided to try it here in Oklahoma at the Foss State Park. And so we brought it in, we put 9 holes in. It's a lot like playing golf. Everything's the same. You have a place to drive. You have tee boxes or a basket that you throw your disc into.
And now it's time to throw everything in the motorhome for the short 14-mile drive to Clinton. But before we take off, it's time for a quick snack. This motorhome from Floyd's RV is comfortable and has plenty of room. It has 2 slide-outs on 2 sides, and on the way to Clinton, the panoramic view from the tinted windows makes the drive even more enjoyable. In Clinton, we're stopping at the Oklahoma Route 66 Museum. Inside, you'll see the history of Route 66 by decades. But most are surprised to learn how many visitors are from overseas, a fact we'll explore later down the road.
35% of our visitation is international. And the people come here to travel Route 66 from Chicago to Santa Monica just to experience the open road. They love traveling the open road. They love the friendly people that are at the different stops along Route 66. They love the nostalgia and, of course, the pop, culture art of the road.
From the building of the road in the 20s to the end of the road in the 70s, Route 66 brings back memories from one's youth, perhaps. It's a nostalgic adventure, while for another visitor, it's an entertaining historical journey of discovery. There's also a few laughs. Now from the Oklahoma Route 66 Museum in Clinton to the National Route 66 Museum in Elk City. This is the last stop on our quick Floyd's RV motorhome adventure, and it's there we discover just how popular Route 66 is with international visitors. There's a crew of 30 from a Chinese television network on site videotaping for one of their shows. They even do a quick interview with yours truly. And the director of the museum here says it's not uncommon to have international visitors here every single day.
And it's amazing the number of people who stop here. We will average over 100 people a day here through the summertime. 75% of those will be from someplace else, some foreign country. I tell people they come from every continent in the world except for Antarctica, and if the penguins could board a plane, they would be here. They come from everywhere. The Australians love us, the New Zealanders love us, a lot from the UK. It's amazing the number from China that we have now.
The kids discovered this is a complex of 5 museums spread out over 4 acres, so there's a lot to see and do, and we'll be back soon. But for now, we're eastbound on the way home. Thank you again to Floyd's RV in Norman for providing this beautiful motorhome in which to enjoy our Route 66 adventure.
If you're interested in checking out different types of RVs or motorhomes, give our friends at Floyd's RV a call. And remember, you can find RV-friendly spots across Oklahoma anytime on our website, travelok.com.
Of course, most steak lovers know the term surf and turf.
But for our purposes today, we're going to surf on up to Jinx and just admire the wonderful sea creatures.
The stingray and small shark touch tank has always been one of our most popular exhibits.
Our trip to the Oklahoma Aquarium is coming up.
And a little later, where folks traveling in the southern part of our state can stop for a great steak.
It has been all over. I mean, we have had from North United States, Southern, and I get a lot of people coming just for an evening from Oklahoma City, Dallas.
We're grabbing a bite to eat in Ardmore a little later, right here on Discover Oklahoma.
Great travel tips anytime, like Discover Oklahoma on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Trip to a theme park for a family of 4, around $4,000. Trip to a southern beach, around $2,300. Camping with your family any place you want to go this weekend, not even 10% of the cost of those other trips. Floyd's RV in Norman is a business born 45 years ago out of our family's passion for camping. Let us show you how inexpensive family fun can be. Here's an example. Right now, get a new Passport 2250 RV for just $189 a month. Floyd's RV in Norman, making family fun affordable.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Recent wildfires destroyed more than 600 homes in our state, and most were uninsured.
I'm Oklahoma Insurance Commissioner John Doak, urging you not to eliminate your homeowner's policy just because your home is paid off. In the event of a tornado or wildfire, it covers the cost of rebuilding and repairing your home and contents.
I paid my home off, and I am very pleased that I kept my insurance. That was one thing my husband always instilled, is never let the insurance lapse, you know.
Most Oklahomans' single largest asset is their home. You can't afford being uninsured.
Sweeping down the plain, and the waving wheat.
Kiss your snow sweet when the wind comes right behind the rain.
We know we belong to the land, and the land we belong to is grand. And when we say,
we're only saying you're doing fine, Oklahoma, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, come see for yourself.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma. It is the summertime and just about everybody enjoys being around and in the water.
That's true, and Julie Chin does one even better. She's actually going to take us under the sea.
It's so fun and you get to see a lot of sea animals.
It's 5-year-old Marley's first trip to the Oklahoma Aquarium. She's pretty excited to see her favorite sea creatures.
The jellyfish and the sea stars.
10-year-old Jacob prefers the bigger, badder fish.
Stingrays and the sharks.
No matter if you're a fan of Jaws or Finding Nemo, there's something for everyone at the Oklahoma Aquarium.
Well, we have literally hundreds of species, thousands of animals, and they range from the most simple cellular invertebrates, an anemone, a sea sponge, you go up to sea stars, and then you start getting bigger. The aquarium is actually laid out from invertebrates, which are those very simple animal structures, up to where you get to the sharks.
There's more than fish here, too. Be on the lookout for iguanas and turtles and beavers, oh my.
You also see river animals, not only from huge rivers that are far away like the Amazon, but you will see in aquatic Oklahoma fish and other species that you may not have realized were swimming under your feet in our lakes and rivers.
The Oklahoma Aquarium is constantly changing, renovating, and adding new exhibits. One of the most popular, the Extreme Amazon.
That is an exhibit where kids and some adventurous adults can actually get on their hands and knees and crawl under tunnels that go under the water's surface. And it has acrylic bubbles that you pop your head up in and have the fish literally swimming around your head. And so that is a real immersive experience.
This is a hands-on kind of place. Not only can you watch the creatures, you can feed them and touch them too.
The stingray and small shark touch tank has always been one of our most popular exhibits because kids and adults can roll up their sleeves and put their hands in the water and safely touch stingrays that have had their stingers clipped, and also small sharks, and see what they feel like.
There's also a new shrimp boat touch tank with shrimp and horseshoe crabs.
What did it feel like? It felt like my hand was walking off.
The shark exhibit is another must-see. Take your time strolling through this unique tunnel filled with almost 500,000 gallons of salt water. As sharks swim overhead, it's cool and creepy all at the same time.
Like you're gonna get eaten.
Over the past few years, this exhibit and the sharks have grown big time.
Well, they're now all over 100 pounds, We vary between 18 to 22 sharks in this exhibit, mostly bull sharks. We're the only aquarium that we know of that has this large of a collection of bull sharks, and the largest bull sharks known in captivity. Nurse sharks are the bottom dwellers. They're a lot like overgrown catfish, if you will. They like to vacuum up their food. It's a very important job in the shark world.
The sharks dine mostly on frozen salmon and squid. They're fed twice a week, and if you time it right, you can watch.
They eat about 100 pounds during a feeding, and that's for the whole tank, and then they're good until the next feeding. So we do have a very methodical way that we feed them, and people get to see how they behave when they're fed.
The Oklahoma Aquarium is a nonprofit and operates with a paid staff of less than 50. More than 300 volunteers also pitch in. Together, their hard work keeps this special living museum afloat.
How many times have you wished your child would put down the controller to the Xbox or stop playing on their iPhone and really see something real? This is real. This is learning real information with real live animals, and it's an asset here in Oklahoma that we just don't have anywhere else in the state or the region.
The Oklahoma Aquarium. Dive right in and prepare to get hooked.
I like it.
In Jinx, Julie Chin, Discovering Oklahoma.
You can find out all about the Oklahoma Aquarium in Jinx on our website, travelok.com. And while you're there, go ahead and request a free travel guide for our great state. Just click on Request Free Brochures at the top of the page.
Not only do I absolutely love the food at Cattleman's where we are today, but there's so much history here as well.
So many famous people have stopped through here when they were in Oklahoma City. The most recent that I know of is Charles Barkley, who was here for a Thunder game.
Up next, a different historic spot in Oklahoma.
Oh, we've had them from all over the world, believe it or not.
A visit to Tulsa's Campbell Hotel is still ahead right here on Discover Oklahoma.
This summer,
He's getting away.
Let's show him what it means to be built Ford tough. It's just the kind of heart and muscle we need. Never underestimate a man in a Ford truck.
During the Ford Summer Spectacular, get the new 2015 Super Duty with up to $4,500 cash back. Only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer, the best in Oklahoma.
You'd do anything to take care of that spot on your lawn. So why not take care of that spot on your skin? If you're a man over 50, you're in the group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the cancer that kills one person every hour. Check your skin for suspicious or changing spots, and ask someone you trust to check areas you can't see. Early detection can put you in a better spot. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out what to look for. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Trip to a theme park for a family of 4, around $4,000. Trip to a southern beach, around $2,300. Camping with your family any place you want to go this weekend, not even 10% of the cost of those other trips. Floyd's RV in Norman is a business born 45 years ago out of our family's passion for camping. Let us show you how inexpensive family fun can be. Here's an example. Right now, get a new Passport 2250 RV for just $189 a month. Floyd's RV in Norman, making family fun affordable.
They just delivered that really delicious looking and smelling strip steak and baked potato loaded here at Cattleman's Steakhouse in Oklahoma City. We're not too far from Route 66, so if you're making that trip, you can always swing by here. And so many people coming from all over the world to do that and check out the sites all along the way.
And to stay in some of those great classic motels. In fact, Jason Grubbs found one of them in Tulsa recently that, believe it or not, predates the Mother Road.
The year was 1927, and the Casa Loma Hotel was open for business, right at the end of Tulsa's 11th Street trolley line.
This would have been a businessman's hotel. You'd come here if you were traveling.
Over the years, the hotel would change hands and eventually become vacant.
The building was in bad shape. It was full of pigeons, and there were holes in the roof, and there was quite a bit of work to do.
Aaron Meek bought the building in 2009. His original plan was to build loft apartments.
You get to look at it and you just decide, you know, we can fix this, we can put this back.
After 2 years of construction, the Casa Loma reopened as the Campbell Hotel, named after the original builder, Maxwell Campbell. Meek and his team did such a good job renovating, the building is now on the National and State Register of Historic Places.
All the ceiling tile that's here, this is original tile. This came out of the end space. The floor, the terrazzo floors are all original. We tried to keep everything original that we can.
This hotel is made up of 26 rooms, each with its own individual design, including this one, a salute to the Mother Road.
The rooms were all done by different designers.
You'll find a room for the Sooners, Cowboys, and the Golden Hurricane. By the way, the University of Tulsa, it's right across the street. How about a stay in the Leon Russell room? The grand piano headboard was even signed by the famous musician. Room 221 is the most popular. It's the bridal suite.
You can go online and you can look at every room and you can actually try to pick that room if it's not occupied on your day.
The Campbell Hotel provides its guests some old world charm with modern day amenities. There's a spa and workout facility on one end of the property. On the other end, Maxwell's Restaurant. It's one of the latest additions.
It is American food. Good old home-style American food, I guess.
And boy, is it good. Our Discover Oklahoma crew was happy to try it all. I couldn't decide if my favorite was the meatloaf or chicken fried steak. Just across the street, a second ballroom was recently added. This space also comes with its own Tulsa history.
I remember growing up seeing this space.
Heather Martin is the Campbell's event manager. She says this building had been home to a well-known ironworks business since the 60s. Today,
if I show a bride this, they're hooked on this space.
Especially when they see this private room that can fit an entire bridal party. Meek says he sees every kind of guest walk through the doors of the Campbell Hotel, each with their own story.
Oh, we've had them from all over the world, believe it or not. And they're fun people to talk to. It's really something different.
Whether you're traveling Route 66 or just looking for a weekend getaway, this T-Town treasure is a great place to check out. In Tulsa, I'm Jason Grubbs for Discover Oklahoma.
No matter where you're headed along Route 66, we've got some great ideas for you. Just log on to our website, travelok.com, and request a copy of the Route 66 brochure. We'll get one in the mail to you free of charge.
Well, of course, Route 66 will always be known as the Mother Road.
But lots of folks cut across our state on I-35. Coming up, the perfect place to make a pit stop for lunch or dinner. We're checking out Cafe Alley in Ardmore when Discover Oklahoma continues.
This summer.
This is our secret weapon. I know what it's capable of.
Who's gonna drive it? I am.
He's getting away.
We'll see about that.
Never underestimate a man in a Ford truck.
Get a new F-150 with up to $8,500 total savings or 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,750 only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer, the best in Oklahoma.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. That single ember can ignite and destroy your home or even your community. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
The wind comes
sweeping down the
plain,
and the waving wheat can sure smell sweet
when the wind comes
right behind the rain. Oh, Oklahoma every night, my honey lemon night.
Sit alone and talk,
And watch a hawk making lazy circles in the sky.
you know we belong to the land.
And the land we belong to is grand.
And when we say, yo, yo,
We're only saying
You're doing fine, Oklahoma. Oklahoma! Oh!
K-L-A.
Hey, go him.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, come see for yourself.
I'm getting close to China.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma. We're coming to you today from the iconic Cattleman Steakhouse in Oklahoma City.
Couldn't stand it. Had to take a bite of that great strip steak. Steaks here are great, but if you happen to be down in the southern part of the state, we've got you covered too. Our Tina McGarry takes us to Cafe Alley in Ardmore.
Nestled inside an old warehouse in downtown Ardmore, you'll find a cozy restaurant that's the talk of this small town.
We're known for our steaks and seafood.
With an upscale yet relaxed atmosphere, Cafe Alley is a favorite among the locals. The menu boasts a variety of tastes, soups, salads, quiche, steak, and seafood.
We get all of our fish fresh. It comes from a seafood company out of Fort Lauderdale. If my husband orders at 10 o'clock the day before, it comes FedEx in a dry ice box the next day by noon. And then he cuts it all.
Samantha Norton and her husband Jason worked together in a restaurant as teenagers. After college and working in other kitchens, they came home to Ardmore and took over Cafe Alley.
His passion is food, so he has always stayed in the back, and then I'm a people person, so I've always been the one out in the limelight and talking with the guests and interacting. That's my forte.
We've got this huge walk-in. See, we've got all of our fresh stuff. We've got our fish over here, all the meat that I cut. Here's all the meat that comes in before it's prepped. Hey, Angel, are you close on those green beans?
Jason creates the dishes. Almost everything is fresh and made from scratch. He has his hand on each plate.
And we have our crab cakes with whole grain mustard, and they're on top of black bean salsa.
Our beef tenderloin. It's a 6-ounce petite filet, and he tops it with this awesome Worcestershire butter that is his creation.
Folks in Ardmore aren't the only ones dishing about Cafe Alley. Foodies near and far are stopping in for a taste.
It has been all over. I mean, we have had from North United States, Southern, and I get a lot of people coming just for an evening from Oklahoma City, Dallas. It's a good halfway point to be able to come and experience something in a relaxed atmosphere, not have to fight the traffic, not have the hustle and bustle of the big city. Then you're gonna get the quality food that you would find all over the world.
Cafe Alley has found the recipe for success and is satisfying customers one plate at a time.
And it's been cool to just kind of watch it grow word of mouth over the years.
If you're looking for a great place to eat anywhere in Oklahoma, you need a copy of the Discover Oklahoma Dining Guide. It's easy to get. Just log onto our website, travelok.com, and click on Request Free Brochures. Thanks to the folks here at Cattleman's in Stockyard City for hosting us this week. This is a great place to come get a steak, but they also have some seafood and a coconut pie that I'm staring me in the face. We're going to have to take a bite of here in just a minute. Dino, I think you were hypnotized by the pie.
I think so, but coming up next Saturday night right here on Discover Oklahoma, the iconic movie Oklahoma is coming back to the big screen.
Find out where you can see it and exactly what's different about this version. That's next Saturday night right here on Discover Oklahoma.
So until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma. I think I'm going to start discovering this piece of pie.
I'll start over here and I'll reach in the middle.
Production vehicle provided by the Oklahoma Ford Dealers, official partner of the Oklahoma Tourism and Recreation Department.